And, I mean, that must be a massive sort of advantage with that. Do any other clubs have that facility?
Look, they don't. And I suppose, it's a matter of, in that course of time. When you have the Medibank Ice House, you have a world-class facility. You can't take that away. And it's a real privilege not just to play there, but to call it our home. But it gives us that little advantage over some of the other clubs in terms of their venues. They're great venues all around the country, and they all mixed up. But the lighting, the seating, the angles that we can set up cameras for are really conducive to being able to film our games and make that look exciting rather than just maybe a one camera setup following the game, for example. Newcastle have been leading this all along. They've had a live webcast commentary of their games for many years now, so we can't take the credit for that.
No, well, that's right, but it's still good. It's still good. Jason Baclig, fantastic player, leading the goal scoring at the moment for the Melbourne Ice. What an incredible player he is.
Look, Jason Baclig, for me, he's exactly what you want in a player. He's a complete player. And most importantly, he's a team player. He's a natural goal scorer, and he has a nose for finding the net. But if you watch him play, he takes hardly any penalties all season. He's got almost as many assists as goals, and he's the first one back checking when he's caught down low. So he's a really hard worker, and he works for his team. He's not selfish. If there's a better option, he'll always pass it off. And I think what the beauty about having a player like Jason is that he hasn't got a big head. He knows his role, he knows what this team's all about, and they go in the corner for each other, and he's no different in that respect.
No, and he seems to be on top at the moment, and let's hope he's a big-time player and he can turn it on this weekend. How important is it to win this, knowing that this year, you've already guaranteed a spot in the Trans-Tasman Champions League in New Zealand?
Yeah, pretty proud to be the first Australian team into the... into what do they call it, the TTCL or the
something like that, yeah.
It's a bit of a mouthful, but hey, look, for us that's a big milestone. There is no question. As I said, Tyler's been absolutely instrumental in growing the profile of our league, not just in Australia but here in the Southern Hemisphere. And for us to be able to play their first game in our home venue in the Ice House next year against the opposition that we won't have seen. It's going to be a mighty big challenge, and it'll certainly give the crowd something to look forward to.
Fair enough. We are talking to the Melbourne Ice president, Andrew Lamrock, on SEN. We just got to get your tips, mate. Semi-final one, you'd think you'd be on the Melbourne Ice over the Adelaide Adrenaline?
Oh, look, of course. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer.
Fair enough. What about semi-final two? Who would you really want to play? The North Stars from Newcastle or the Ice Dogs in Sydney?
To be honest, I'm not really concerned who we play. As I said, we take each game as it goes. But I've been tipping all along that we would play Adelaide in the semis, and then I think we were going to always meet the Ice Dogs in the final. So I think Sydney Ice Dogs have turned their year around compared to last year. They've got the most amount of Australian players in their team. They've got a lot of depth. They certainly came to play last weekend and took it in the shootout from us. So credit to those boys. And I think they might just have that edge over Newcastle, but all the same, you never know. But Bales and Cartwright are on. Newcastle are a surety.
Alrighty-o. And it looks like it's going to be a sellout, which is incredible, at the Medibank Ice House in the Docklands this weekend. Can you watch it on the internet? And if so, what's that website?
Look, I haven't seen it being released, but I believe the AHL will be running the games live on what they call live stream. So it's www.livestream.com/AIHL. And you can see the game live. It's been filmed in high definition as well. So I believe they're actually doing it for free, but I don't want to give anything away yet.
Okay, fair enough.
The pressure on to do it for free anyway.
Fair enough. And I just want to mention quickly, it must be terrific, I mean, knowing that Melbourne actually have a rivalry in the Mustangs.
Oh, look, absolutely. there's been so much banter about this and it coming to Melbourne and being a rivalry and whether it's, that should have happened or it shouldn't have happened. Look, everyone's got their own opinions. But I can promise you, Melbourne Ice wanted this rivalry. We wanted to be able to build out the profile of our sport, and having a rivalry is one of the best ways to do it. I mean, if you think about what the A-League's been able to do with the Heart and the Victory, it's no different. Look at AFL when we've got the home rounds of, like the Victorian teams playing the Victorian teams, you get capacity. And I have to say, best thing that's happened in the league for quite some time. And the Mustangs, credit to John Baclig and the team over there, they put on a very good season, and they should be proud of that as well. And as Victorians, we're certainly proud, and I hope one day in the near future we're playing them for the Goodall Cup, because that's how it should be.
Fair enough. Well, look, good luck this weekend, Andrew. It's been fantastic to chat to you, particularly in grand final week. And look, all the very best, and I'll be honest with you, I really want to win.
Yeah, of course we want to win, and I want to thank SEN because you've been behind us all year as well. It's great to be getting media for this growing sport, and we thank you for doing that. So to all the fans who listen in and tune in on SEN, let's hope we get to see you at the game and we keep the Goodall Cup in Victoria where it belongs.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, mate.
Thanks for the support.